because they are depending the damage that can be given by carry. Despite I know the damage that is given by Grok and also Yif gonna be pretty huge, but if carry is the one that being shut down since the early game, the growth not looking good for Vietnam. But there you go, this is gonna be Varamis Roamer, I might say, with Valentina as the mid lane for Philippines.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of Dawn for game number 2. Match point for Team Philippines here, and it is a roaming Faramis, something we haven't seen in a long time. A few is on that Valentina now, a few ults to actually take here. There's a heavy spin, there's a wild charge, and even a bloody hunt. So, knowing how much of a veteran and how creative Few is in MPLPH, I am pretty sure he will be able to steal these ultimates at the right time, in the right place, depending on the situation. But as we can see, gold lane, a very different story already. Super Marco going to be losing out in the trades up against that carry.
Yeah, but let me remind the viewers, if you guys don't know about yesterday's match, Few is the one that's actually stealing a lot of utilities skill here. We even saw how he's using the Bloody Hunt towards the opponent yesterday, which shot a lot of movement from the side of Myanmar. And it might happen again with all of the CC from Vietnam. So with the Bloody Hunt, the Wild Charge, tons of skills actually can be a way for Philippines to play super aggressive with another CC given towards this Few. They really need to be careful of the presence of Few from now on, but in the top lane, I think the practice that's given towards Grok is actually pretty brutal.
Flicker and Flicker both burnt out here. A trade going on. Vietnam trying to put pressure down below, but Philippines using their winning lane up in the XP lane to get some more pressure down as well. Now, thing is, you know, a little thing that I've actually noticed earlier down in the gold lane is the fact that Yandere hasn't been able to land those last hits onto the cannon minions, whereas Super Marco has been using a lot of his abilities to even just get that last hit going. And that's a little bit of a gold lead that you can already see even without the turtle that Philippines has. And even in the bottom lane, Super Marco actually won in a trade against a carry, something you don't see too often here with a Claude versus carry matchup. But you can see the gold lead already building super early on, almost a 1,000 gold lead in the second minute of the game, Vela.
Yeah, it's actually very surprising. I thought with all of the movement coming from Vietnam, it's not going to be that easy for Philippines to try to chunk out the damage or maybe the goal towards Vietnam here. But they keep doing, maybe because of the one blazing duet that is clearing the entire wave just now. That's the power coming from the cloud, you know, with all of the blazing duet and also battle mirror image is actually going to be poking the damage towards the opponent along with clearing the wave of the minion. It's not going to be that easy for the carry to decide what kind of item that he needs to go for. I mean, like the Wind of Nature is kind of a must right now if they want to try to prevent the damage that can be given, especially with the surprise blazing duet later coming from the Philippine sides. But also coming from Nard, like Nard really needs to land out that iron hook towards a really good target from Philippines. If they can lock down maybe coming from Super Marco or Few, it's going to be a really good opening for them to try to take off somebody. But in the bottom lane, they are not going for it. They're still going around trying to pick up somebody. But I think like the rotation is pretty different coming since the with the game number 1. Like the rotation is like a little bit in the slower tempo.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at the turtle as well here, it's going to be spawning in, what, 10 seconds, Vela? And Philippines have complete control over the mid lane as well. You can see the Thorn Rose doing a lot of damage, even though it's a tanks a lot. Flap TZ trying to just bait out that retribution from Joe. Will not be able to do it. Kyle TZ has the first start here, the first few hits onto the turtle. Vietnam a bit late to the response here. Joe looking to go in, but he's going to be brought back by the Shadow Stampede, and that should be a free turtle. Yep, given over. Flicker Wild Charge onto the back line with a blazing duet by Super Marco with the Call Ultra as well. It's just chaos, but Flap TZ finds first blood. They're going to go in all the way, and it's going to be Kyle with a two-man Thorn Rose to pick up the double. A 4-4-0, make it a 5-0 because the turtle went to the side of Philippines as well.
Oh my god, I thought with the presence coming from the Akai, they will try to disengage, but it's not. They're just using a lot of stuff right now. With that, a very good cold altar opening to save the Gruul here. With the blazing duet as a follow-up as well. They keep going on to give the damage, to give the pressure, and Grog is the one that's being the first to be picked off by Philippines. It means that the other front laner already being meltdown fast by Philippines, and the damage coming from Few is actually pretty good as well. I saw that actually Owen with these two magical hero that is able to poke the damage toward Vietnam. They don't really need a tanky build coming from them. They just like need to give continuous poking damage with glue, tanking everything, and also with the cold altar. So the conditions so far coming from Philippines is actually really great, but in the bottom lane,
Wow, beautiful heavy spin by Few to just get out and nullify that Iron Hook. And also, just to pin down Yandere, who actually opted to go for the Flicker this game. And here, oh, another Iron Hook gonna be thrown out there. Super Marco does have the Purify. He has the Golden Staff in the 6th minute of the game. So Super Marco is already super fed. Here looking for the siege down below. He's gonna dive with the Blazing Duet under the turret. It's Few picks up the double kill, and it's gonna be Super Marco who takes the turret. Philippines not giving Vietnam any room to breathe in game number 2. Even Flap just here bullying Joe out of his own jungle. Forced to use the Retribution on his orange buff as Few just lands a few good hits. And with that Retribution bait, it's Philippines now who have the control over the turtle. It's gonna be free. 3 turtles over the Philippines.
3 turtles and also massive movement. This is only like 6 minutes inside of the game, going for the 7 minute. But Super Marco already dealing tons of damage. And look at the rotation. We can see that Super Marco, Few, and Oakwood always there for the war. They're always being there to opening up a way of really good setup to be finished off by the other players or maybe by them as well. So right now, Philippines with control 7-0 in the 7 minutes. They are not even giving the chances for Vietnam to try to recover. They are not allowing them to have objective. They are not allowing them to even touch the turret. No turrets have been poked so far from Vietnam towards Philippines. And Philippines keep taking all of the barriers, the map control that they are having, and maybe going for another kill in the mid lane, Mirko.
Oh, perfect execution by Kyle Teasy. Oh my god, that was clean. Ogwen now just zoning them away with the Cold Altar. Kyle Teasy, even with the calculation right on time, that was perfect. Literally with the Retribution, the bloody Retribution, doing so much at the end and getting that last burning effect to take the kill onto Hehe. As they try to siege down that top lane tier 2, they're going to be able to do a little bit of multitasking here with a good split push down below. It is a free tier 2 as well that's going to go over the Philippines. I don't know about this. Kaltizi might just be going for another solo kill, and he does again. Has been solo killed twice in a time span of 2 minutes.
Oh my god! Hehe being picked up for 4 times. Not even able to opening up a real world manipulation to try to push back the players from Philippines. Another things happen. Having speed right here. Going on for the glue, but it's not gonna be able to stop the glue. Tanking all of the damage while the rest of the players from Philippines is there. They're ready to back him up if Vietnam want to try to engage that setup. But it means that this might be a bit worse. One actually
You know, I really want to take a look at the items here, Vela, but there's a Blazing Duet right there as the replay shows up. Nard's going to be killed here by Super Marco, who uses the Battle Mirror image aggressively onto the front. Not going to go in for another kill as Meow will not be able to utilize that power of nature. Super Marco with a double kill now. Ogwen just rotating into the mid lane. Hehe. Won't really be able to escape here. It's a split, but the real world manipulation will lock Flap TZ down in that base for a bit longer. The heavy spin from Joe. is a bit too far away. Ogwen's going to be brought back to the team, but Flatteezy escapes, and it's a disaster. But there is going to be an Iron Hook that finally gets a kill on the board for Vietnam. First kill here for Vietnam. It took them 9 minutes to take, but hey, it's something here that they can use. Ogwen gonna fall as well. Few with a wild charge, a little bit of misplay there. Not able to land onto anyone. Super Marco, what? Is able to survive in that skirmish despite jumping super deep into the team fight. There's a flicker bait as well. Nart used it up here trying to catch Super Marco. Kyle, oh my goodness gracious. Kyle Teasy with the read.
Oh my god, he just knows where is. I don't know, he's just like having this instinct to try to pick up but Super Marco once again survived from that war. That is crazy. I thought he would be picked up, you know. Easy low pick up. I thought it's not here. Unable to take care protect the base start because that is still a first lord. So I think from Philippines right now, they're still gonna be trying to maybe freeze the lane, not trying to give them any chance to try to farm, to try to collect gold as much as possible. Because again, this is still carry for late game situation. If they're keep doing undisciplined movement, trying to fat the carry, trying to fat the maybe even towards this Yves, it's actually going to be pretty different. But we can see from the item here, it's golden staff course at side Queen of Nature, directly respecting the damage from the cloud. The cloud is already going for the item number 5 here, for the last item for this cloud itself. While for the Lancelot, even having the Endless Battle along with the Shadow Strike and also the Sky of Guardian helmet, I think like the true damage that can be given by Kaltizi, it's actually going to be pretty huge, along with the tankiness that he is having with all of that.
Philippines, they know exactly what they're doing, right? Even Super Marco here, he's opting to go for the Wind Talker, not the usual Malefic Roar that we see from the Claude, because Vietnam have literally been shut down so early into the game that they don't even have physical defense to deal with Super Marco. He could go for just more attack speed here with a Wind Talker, and he's still going to be able to melt down everyone. Even the frontliners from Vietnam. Enhanced Lord finally spawning in back for Team Philippines, who are looking to get this one for free again. Vietnam, Nart is right there looking for the opening, but I don't think they're going to be able to find this, man. They are able to get into that Lord pit just a bit. Just, you know, they got their foot wet in the river, but that's about it. Even here in the purple buff, Kaltizi trying to bait out the Retribution. Oh no, Joe! Used the Retribution prematurely. Kaltizi doesn't even need the Retri. Just steals it away, and that's definitely a tilter.
It is! And now the Lord is marching to the bottom lane. Vietnam, again, once again, they really need to stop the Lord outside of the base, but the level gap, the item gap is actually pretty scary here. They are trying to control 3 waves so far, with the Cloud going to the mid lane and Lancelot, the Kyle Easy going for the top lane. Will they be able to stop maybe the movement coming from Philippines? Right now, the charge is going on. Mirko!
Ogwen with the Shadow Stampede takes Meow down. Meow down now. Enhanced Lord coming down. The heavy spin is popped in by Joe there to buy a little bit more time to... Oh, nice Iron Hook by Nart, bringing Ogwen all the way back to the turret with a flicker. But it still should be Philippines who are going to be able to take a few more base turrets in the mid lane and even top lane. Kaltizi going to try his best to try to siege it down with Super Marco as well with BMI. Jumping back now. It's going to be the puncture all across from Kaltizi, buying a lot of time and also diving onto the back. Nart forced to back away. Super Marco free hitting onto the base, and even the Blazing Duet to take Yandere down. The Wind of Nature can't take magic damage. It's Philippines with 2-0.